Alright, what is going on, YouTube? It's Cody DeathBlade here, and right now I'm with Angel, who is a level 50 ice, and right now he is the number 1 guy on leaderboards. Unfortunately, I'm number 2, but I was number 1 at one time, so, so that's that. And so Angel is gonna basically give you his piece, so take it away.
Alright, what's up, guys? So basically, since the new update, well, ever since Darkmoor, PvP has been insanely broken past grandmaster. Even at grandmaster, once you get to a certain rank, it gets to be impossible. Exalted is all luck, crit based with a boost of crit and not really that much boost in block. People are getting crit on with 350 block when the opponent only has 430 crit, which is insane. One crit can basically decide the match, no matter how well you played it or anything like that. Even at my rank, I'm getting exalteds every single time. I haven't fought grands in probably like 300 rank. Unless
Right.
they give us a boost in crit block, I'm at 2.8 right now, and there's no way I'm hitting 3k, nor am I going to try, unless we get some new one with more than 60 block. Even the Arcane's one isn't saving us. They're critting on me through conviction. There's basically nothing I can do. And when Exalted strike and then also gain another Shadow Pip, it's just
I
game.
know.
It's insane.
Right.
What do you got to say?
Yeah, so it's like if something doesn't change, like if they don't for example add a 1 it gives more block for level 50s, or just something, if something doesn't change, then there's it's basically a barrier for level 50, or for any level, to be honest. But for since we're level 50, we're gonna talk about us. There's a barrier that you just cannot cross. If you PvP legit, you cannot get past a certain rank. It's just not possible. And me and Angel talked earlier, and we were what you think the highest rank you could get is. And go ahead.
We could get would be 2.9.
Right, about the highest you can possibly get. The highest rank you can possibly get in this game is about 2.9 if you get lucky. I mean, not to say it's impossible, but it's really unlikely. And if you have someone with 3k, then just to everyone in the PvP community, if you see someone with over 3k rank, just know that they are not legit. Would you agree?
The only way you could get 3k rank is if you're exalted.
Right. I mean, well, even the exalted, I don't think it's possible, because it's every match. I mean, it could be. I don't know much about it.
In second age, there were a bunch of 3k exalteds, but at grandmaster, I think the max you could get if you tried would be 2.9. I did not honestly think I could get 2.8 in 1v1s. I thought I had to be
I didn't think I could get. I didn't think I could get this 2.8 either. Wilson ranked in second age, or were you not really trying second age?
Me and Anthony, when we were both around 2.6, number 1 and 2, we did 2v2s and got 2 exalteds, and we got destroyed. There was no way we could win. So even at this rank, I doubt, even with my teammate, if they're number 1, 2, whatever, there's no way I'm getting past this rank. I don't think I'll try either.
Right, it's just impossible. So if any of you see a level 50 3k, just know they're probably not legit. And so what advice would you give to other duelists out there, because you are number 1 right now at this moment?
Basically, it depends on your range, on where you are, because if you're around 2k to 5 to 2500, you're generally going to get the level 76 78 lore spammers, and that is a tough barrier to get through.
Exactly.
Especially being grand, unless if you don't have life mastery, or even with life mastery, all they do is infel. And grands, we need pips to hit, and all they do is pop bubbles and mana burn, and you can't do much about it.
Right. So what is your advice on how to beat those level 76, level 80 balance who spams those things?
basically you need to have weaknesses and tower shields and just stack and stack and stack. And you need to slowly, depends on what your strategy is. I mean, mine would obviously, I would lure back at them, but
Right.
it doesn't, not everyone has lore, obviously. Everyone tries, but I just got lucky. I don't have moon, but I really want it.
Right. So he just lures back at them. And for me personally, for death out there, in order to beat them, like just earlier today, I think you saw Angel. I beat this level 76 balance, like over 1200 rank. Like you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how I beat them is basically, don't just tower for no reason, like because they could easily get it off. Only tower when they're like when they have infallible or you think they're gonna hit, and then just you need to blade stack and then. Right, you need to blade stack because they could easily get your hits off with the Veil Hands. And after you blade stack, you just get them with a big hit. Like after you have a lot of blades, you get them with a big hit like Dragon or Fossil. And don't infallible because they bubble pop it. They're gonna have that bubble pop in hand waiting for you to make a mistake and use it. So don't use that.
If you do infoul the round before you hit, if you're first.
Right. Right. That's if you're like not in depth range.
Right.
Yeah. And you also faced a level 80 Juju spammer, Death Juju spammer earlier, and you beat him. So what's your advice on beating the Juju spammers?
That is honestly the first Juju spammer I've seen that is not level 100. Basically how I beat him was I blade stacked. His pet enfeebled me once, but I bladed again. Basically, if you fight a Juju spammer, never, no matter what, discard your wands until he Jujus you. Then you can wand it off. And I also used lures to my advantage and took weaknesses off with that, and also put a mantle on him and gave him a chance to fizzle Jujus. But Juju spammers at that level, he was level 80, I think.
Right. And he had like
He
over 1200 or like 1100 or something.
he
Right.
didn't get more than 2 Jujus on me at once. They can't do insane amounts like exalteds can because their decks aren't big enough for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and yeah. So anything else you want to add? So what would be your advice on how to beat like exalted for those of the duelists that are ranking up and about to face exalted?
Basically, anything. The ones I dread that I face are balance. Balance exalteds are probably the hardest in my opinion, or storm. When I get storm, I go full offensive right off the bat because they will, even if you conviction, they will crit right through it. There's no point. You need to,
Right.
against storms, you need to go full offensive right off the bat. And for balances, you need to play sort of conservative, but don't keep your pips too high because they will burn you and it will do a lot with their peers.
Right. And so okay, and so is that like the ice perspective or cuz
Yeah,
yeah,
honest,
go ahead.
ices can run either, in my opinion, the best two to run on ice are either balance or life masters. Most run life, obviously, but I run balance, and when you run balance, you need to be more aware of what your opponent's going to do because you can't obviously you can't satyr and get instant health back. You have to veil, and that requires time to get it back. So you need to anticipate more using balance mastery. But if you're using life mastery, you can take more risks.
Right. And so for death and I find exalted just like any other level 50. Exalted are like one of, if not, well, they're probably the hardest you're gonna ever fight because they could just kill you so easily. So what I do is basically just my normal strategy. I just blade up like a ton and then kill them with a big hit. But in order to stay alive, I guess you just gotta shield and heal and just don't like spam shields. Just don't spam towers because they could easily like strike and then just take it off. If you have a school shield of their school, then just use that. And a really good strategy once they strike is just dispel them or just stun them if you have those. Like I faced a life earlier, and once he striked, I spam life dispels. I still lost, but you know that's a good strategy to stall them. I never beaten a balanced exalted or just like those. I've beaten like the only exalted I beat. The good news is that if you're facing exalted, they're probably just really bad at PvP, so you're just gonna have to like outplay them and outsmart them. That's just basically it. And hope that they don't just get lucky, and I hope that BS doesn't happen. Yeah. So let's see. You still there, Angel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're there. And so would you agree that, or well, yeah, would you agree that Ice is like the best school?
If you look at the leaderboards, Ice is obviously the most popular, as in rank wise. But
Right, because like in my opinion, I always thought Ice is like the best school in game. Like, I mean, it's like what does Ice not have? You know, it's like.
In my opinion, the next best choice if you were to grant PvP would be Life, because you can easily heal back along with their sprite minion, which is OP. I kill that thing as soon as it gets on the field. Then the next would obviously be Balance, but the thing with Balance is they don't have as high health as Life and Ice do.
Right. I mean, honestly, I think just Ice is like a little just overpowered. That's just my opinion. Cause it's like the school has everything.
Right.
Um. Yeah. And so is it anything else you want to say or?
I think I'm good, but PvP is just breaking slowly and slowly.
Right. It's like there's like more and more luck into this game. Like you introduce these pets that may cast this, may cast that. You introduce these criticals and everything. It's just like more and more luck based. And then these may cast ones. It's just insane.
Yeah, I got May casted on by 100 death, and he killed me with it and did like 1200, and there was nothing I could do. He wanted me for 1200 basically. It was ridiculous.
Right. So yeah, so that's our little spill here on what PvP perhaps needs to be, how, or at least how it should be fixed, or at least the problems of it. And yeah, so thank you, Angel, for your input.
No problem, man.
All right.